Hey guys, it's Owen Garschweiler. I am the treasurer of the Delta Phi Epsilon Foreign Service Society Chi chapter at James Madison University for the 2025-2026 school year. The purpose of this video today is that I'll be walking you through the updated point system that the Honor Board has helped formulate these past few months, and that it's made super clear for everyone involved in the organization at this time. So first, what is the point system? Simple definition of it is that it's to track engagement, recognize people's effort in the organization, and also to help maintain eligibility, which can be broken down into fines, tracking unexcused absences, tracking people who have been present at events, and stuff like that. First thing we'll go over is the master tab. The master tab has three sections. We have the point sectors tab, which determines what the point goal will be for each of these sectors. You'll see that community outreach, PD, fundraising, social, and brotherhood all had different points. We wanted to weight community outreach more so than the rest because we believe as a foreign service or a service fraternity, community outreach really is the thing we need to nail on the head. These are all event point goals, as in if you attend one event, you get 1 point. Recruitment, on the other hand, is a bucket type system. You have your rush week and you have your pre-rush. You have to satisfy both conditions to get your 1 point, and you'll see that later in the document as I explain it. The next part is the legend. You'll see E, it means excused or exempt. X means satisfied, or you attended an event, and red just means you've been unexcused or you were absent. One of those three. And then, of course, but not least, membership. You have your full name and your status. This is how it will populate names across all of these spreadsheets here. You'll see that right now it has error or no data. That's because on the master tab it has no data to pull from using the query function on Google Sheets. So to get that data, we'll go to the registration form that I've linked here on the form or spreadsheet. We will copy everyone by right-clicking and copy. We'll navigate back to the spreadsheet, go to this cell here, right click, and then paste, or Control V. Control C, Control V, whichever you're comfortable with. Once you have those in, you'll see as you navigate across these tabs here, everyone's been populated by A to Z in first name. So once you have everyone's name in, we can start looking at how people earn points and how it's all tracked across the spreadsheet. We'll look at community outreach for the first one. You'll see that there are events on the column and people's names on the rows. It's as simple as looking at the event, going to the person's name, and putting in an X to show that they have attended that event. You will see across this row there is a sum or countif function that counts how many events you have attended. That is based off of the point goal from the initial master tab that's pulled to this tab by reference. Once you have reached that goal, this will turn green, this cell here, once it's reached 6 or more, and another text will pop up here that says a point's been awarded to this member. I'll showcase that now. So, as you can see, R1 Horton attended all these 6 events in community outreach. She satisfied the point goal, therefore she got a point awarded with this nice little text here. And again, this applies to everyone, so you'll see if I drag these down, voila, everyone gets a point. So we'll undo that, we'll X out of these, and then I'll explain a little bit further how about technicals of this all works. So here is a countif function. It counts if there's an X across all these rows here, and then based on that number, it turns green when it reaches that 6, which is based off here. You can edit the conditional formatting by selecting all these by dragging down, right-clicking, view more cell actions, conditional formatting, and you can change the rule on either of these. You just click on it, and you can change the number here to whatever this number is going to be right here where my cursor is. So if it was 5, you would do 5. If it was 7, it would do 7 or more or less. So put that back at 6, not 65, 6. We'll keep there as is. And we'll go into it again in some of the lower level ones to see how it changes. If you want to add an event, so if you have another, let's say you've used up all these, you have your last event here, your most recent one, and you have a new one. Let's say you have a new PLD event. So you'll click on this most recent column. Don't click on this one, don't click on this one, add one before it, click on this one and add one right next to it. So right click, insert one column right, you have it all set up for you. Just type in PLD and then the date, 4/28/26/25. Completely unrealistic date, but it works. And then, like usual, X, updates, updates, people. Alright, we'll delete that column, and we'll move on to explain the rest of the spreadsheet. Professional development, you have the same kind of concept. You have 3 events, 3 point goals. You can add them as necessary by right-clicking and adding a column. All updates, it'll add a little thing here if they said they satisfied the point goal. Fundraising philanthropy, same deal. Social, be a bit different this next year. We wanted to go back to our roots with the sober assignments. It's been a little bit unfair for other people to do sober assignments based on by just volunteering for it, while others haven't had to do it in the past. So, moving forward, you will have to do a sober assignment to get your point for a semester. Those sober assignments can come from navigating a car, being the driver, being a sober brother at an event, or by cleaning up. If you do one of those things once and one semester, you get your point. Now, people might ask, can you do it more than once? Can you do a sober assignment more than once? Absolutely, you can. However, we're going to prioritize people who don't have the point. So, if you don't have the point and you ask, then we'll give you it. So, you have a point and you ask, we may give you it. It depends on who wants to do that sober assignment and get that point. So, again, easy. You just X whoever gets that sober assignment done. Next is brotherhood. We have a camaraderie point for brotherhood. It's pretty straightforward. If you do something the brotherhood commends you on, if you're brother of the week, if you're brother of the month, stuff like that can get you a point. If you offer up your house for an event, whether that's brotherhood or social or some other sort of sector, then that can get you a point. If you help bring supplies for something, that can get you a point. This is just supposed to be like a healthy sort of like just showing that you are invested personally into the organization and you're willing to share with your fellow brothers and sisters. Next but not least is recruitment. As I explained before, if you might recall, is that this is a bucket system. You have to satisfy 2 portions to get your 1 point. I'll showcase that now. We'll use Jude as our example. Let's say Jude, as per usual, as we've required every semester, you attend 3 out of your 5 rush week events. You see that he has satisfied his rush week bucket, but he hasn't satisfied his pre-rush bucket. But what makes pre-rush so important, you might ask? Well, pre-rush is like your tabling, your chalking, you're standing in Miller and talking to people, you're standing in Warner Commons talking to people, going to classes and talking to people. If you don't have a good pre-rush, it's unlikely you're going to have a good rush week. And realistically, like when it comes to marketing, you want to have a good marketing season. Otherwise, you're not going to have good recruitment. So in this case, since Jude didn't contribute to pre-rush, he unfortunately wouldn't get the recruitment point. But if he did, you'll see that another thing popped up here where it says he's been awarded a point. And this goes vice versa. Since we make rush week a mandatory thing, if he doesn't attend his mandatory amount of rush events without having an exemption or something like that, then he doesn't get the recruitment point at all, even if he helps set up. You guys can see that now. So, and that goes again for everyone in the organization, all these rows, all of these cells here. I hope this has been helpful and with people who have been having a little trouble lately with the point system, especially understanding it and seeing like your progress. For chairs, I can help with permissions. You'll see the locks down here on the tabs. These are going to be reserved specifically for the email attached to your office. So if you're a community outreach and your community outreach email, only the community outreach people will be able to access this tab. They can't touch every other person's tab, but they can access their tab. Same thing for PD alumni chair, same thing for fundraising chair, social brotherhood, recruitment, traditional will be kind of everyone, I think, and a master. I would like for no one to touch this unless you know what you're doing. But yeah, thanks guys. If you have any questions, do feel free to reach out to me on my personal cell phone, or you can contact me by email. But phone's quicker, I'll respond better that way. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your night.